So we are in the second day of our discussion on ecotheology, and yesterday we saw the first premise, that is the first pillar, a thorough understanding of the God of immanence in creation. The whole day we have been discussing. Today we are going to explore the second premise or the second pillar of ecotheology, namely nature of humans in relation with the remainder of creation. So in other words, our position, human position in the cosmos. Where are we placed? What is our role? And what is the meaning of human species? Are we really humans as we are being taught? Is it true that we are Homo sapiens? We are endowed with reason and the image of God. All those things which have been enforced on us, or the religions have brainwashed us. So is there any truth in it? When they call humans as imago Dei, is there any truth in it? Can you prove it? Or it is just a myth, a fiction? And also science calls us Homo sapiens. So is science right in naming humans as one of the smartest, sapiens, all-knowing man? That is what the translation of Homo sapiens is, all-knowing man. Now we need to ask, do we know everything? You ask now. So there are two great disciplines, science and religion. They have inflated the human species beyond any proof. They just told incredible things about human species. There are so many species came before us. They didn't value them. They didn't talk good things about them, but only about human species. The humans, they themselves inflate their own ego. We blow our own trumpet, all right? We talk good about our own species. It is not the lion or the tiger or the elephant told that you are Homo sapiens and you are the image of God. They didn't tell. It is only human species. Humans talk about and humans glorify about their own species. So now we need to examine. We need to conduct a thorough investigation. That is what we need to do. We can't simply accept what has been handed over to us. We need to question it. Otherwise, we will fall into reductionism. By default, we accept whatever they said. In the past, there are so many things. It's all about stupidity. Most of the things about stupidity. So simply for the sake of saying anything, and we never question, because that has made us to feel good. When somebody calls Homo sapiens, when somebody calls you, you are the image of God, that makes you to feel good. So you wouldn't question it. And actually you will hesitate this reality to question, because it is very comfortable for you. But today, in truth and honesty, we need to question. Then only we can find a new future. We can create a new possibilities. Otherwise, we will be condemned in the old mindset of fiction and mythology. So today we are going to discuss about the nature of humans, the real nature of humans in relationship or to the reminder of creation. Actually, Jesus, I want to bring him at the beginning of our discussion. What is the opinion of Jesus about humans? So if you ask, Jesus is our master and we follow and we are the disciples of Jesus. Look at what Jesus thinks about human species. You brood of vipers. That is Matthew chapter 23, verse 33. Actually, Jesus, when he stated, you brood of vipers, actually he was reiterating the animist belief of that time. They were worshipping snakes in a Judeo-Canaanite environment. All these creatures, they were elevated to the position of gods. They worshipped snakes. They worshipped, even in the Old Testament, you remember, when there was people became sick and they were dying, Moses ordered to put the snake on the pole in the desert. You remember that? So they were worshipping snakes at that time. So Jesus is just reiterating, you brood of vipers. Jesus is telling, how will you escape being condemned to hell? Actually, Jesus makes a departure from the animist belief, and he wants to really draw the attention of his people to a true God, one God, that is his Father in heaven, not like idol worships. So from pantheistic idea, Jesus was drawing them to the monotheistic idea, one God, one Father, from which everything came into existence. So that kind of stuff. So when Jesus calls you brood of vipers, not only it was unbelievable statement, and it was a scientific statement. That is what I would call it. Actually, Jesus was admitting that humans came from reptiles. That is what scientists are telling today. The last species was dinosaurs. They are known as reptiles. That is 65 million years ago. And from reptiles, humans came. That is the Darwin theory of evolution. So life started some 3.8 billion years ago. That is one cell organism, and then multi-cell organism, and then came invertebrates, then came vertebrates, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals, primates, monkeys, humans. See? That is how evolution took place. So the last evolution was snakes, reptiles, dinosaurs also, snake family. They all included in the reptilian family. So from reptiles, mammals came. We are the mammalian species, humans. So that is what Jesus is telling you, brood of vipers means. Brood means it is a stock. It is genes. So your genes are snake genes. So that's what he's trying to tell. So it was not an offensive statement. Actually, it is a statement which substantiates our own evolution. So that is what Jesus is all about. He was like a scientist when he talked about you brood of vipers. So let us not think that statement as offensive, but we should think that statement as scientific about human species. We call ourselves Homo sapiens, Imago Dei, but Jesus calls brood of vipers. So that is the definition of Jesus. The second example is You whitewashed tombs. That is Matthew 23:27. So whitewashed tombs means he was calling you, you corpse. You are a dead person. You don't have any life in you. Because Jesus observed his own society during his time, their life was so bad, there was no righteousness, there was no values, no ethics, no morals. So the Pharisees, the Sadducees, Zealots, Herodians, all those people we are going to talk about, Jesus did not find value in human species. So he told you, whitewashed tombs. You are like a dead people. You are not living at all. You have life, but you don't have living part. That's why I call you, you whitewashed tombs. Humans should live like God. All those traits of God's, all those characteristics of God's can be applied to humans. In that way, yes, humans can be called image of God or Homo sapiens. But what we see today, even today in our own society, we can't really accept about the classification or the classical definition of humans. We think it is a misnomer. All these words. Homo sapiens is a misnomer. Image of God is a misnomer. Intelligent being is a misnomer. Saints, misnomer. Martyrs, misnomer. Because humans, they are not as they are described. We describe entirely a different human. But the humans, how they behave, it is more evident today in the society, especially in India. If you ask how Indian people are, what would you say? At the beginning, they are greedy. They are very violent. They are liars. They get bribes. See? Lot of, at the face value, immediately humans, they don't have good reputation. They don't have good name. Of course, there are good people in humans, don't get me wrong. There are saints, there are sages, there are extraordinary people, there are, but only a handful of them. But most of them evil. That is what Jesus thinks. You whitewashed tombs. The last one he calls, you evil generation. That is very strong words. Luke chapter 11, verse 29. Very strong. Very strong. You evil generation. In other words, you are infected species. Today, coronavirus is not dangerous. Humans are more dangerous than coronavirus. That is what the truth is all about. We are the most infectious virus on the planet. Coronavirus is nothing. Because of our infection, look at the nature. How many species were driven to the brink of extinction? How many trees have been felled? How many ecosystems, habitats are destroyed, or tampered, or manipulated? How oceans are exhausting even today. You take and catch all the fish. You don't leave food for other fishes. You take everything. the violence, the greed, the selfishness. That is evil generation. So now you understand who we are. Don't think if you become priest, you will become better. If you become a bishop, you will be better. If you become a pope, you will be better. No. No. Because you are condemned in your own genes. Genes. It is something inert in your system. It is inherent in your own system. So in Christian theology also approves of it. They call it that we are born in sin, original sin. So that is the foundation for the evil activities. That's why we are called evil generation. Of course, Jesus came, grace, and he came saved, and we are renewed. That's another story. Another story. But the basic thing is, we are evil. Yeah. At this stage, humans can cause only evil. Don't get me wrong. Our species can grow up, and it can come out of all these evil traits, and it can become literally like God. Yeah, it can reach to the top. But at this stage, it is a fact of evolution. I'm not condemning humans. We are at the mercy of evolution. You can't find a shortcut. No, you have to shed. Like snakes, no? They are shedding skin and they are growing. Shed skin and then you grow. Shed, grow, shed, grow. That is how you become more elevated, more complex. So that is how we are supposed to grow. So, but at this stage, yes, we are evil. There is no doubt. We need to accept that. So we have to acknowledge that. And in that way, we will not be frustrated. Otherwise, we will be frustrated. When you look at humanity, I am frustrated most of the time. But if you know the biology, how the evolution works, then there is no place for frustration. You just accept what nature is offering you. So this is the way nature works. So I think Jesus' definition about human person is very real, very real. He is not shrouding the reality with something not real. Like scientists, like religious leaders, they are just shrouding the evil with good clothes. We are wolf, but the religion and politics is giving the lamb cloth. Wear this, you are a lamb. So we are putting the lamb cloth. But inside, we are wolf. But Jesus is telling, remove the cloth and you are a wolf. Yeah. You will become a lamb, of course, but at this stage you are a wolf. So in that way, if you accept yourself, then you will find meaning for all the actions, what is taking place right now. The ecological crisis, yes, then you will take responsibility. I am the cause for it. If you put the lamb's cloth, you will say, no, I'm not the cloth. No, I didn't do anything. But when you really remove the lamb's cloth, then you will accept, I am the cause. So that's why Jesus is very open. Come on, be open and be transparent. There is nothing to hide. Nothing, everything will be exposed. That's what Jesus said. Everything will be exposed. So, this is is sort of exposition. He is exposing everything. See here, this is called the triune brain. This is the human brain. But inside the human brain, you have the evolution there. See there? The first is reptilian brain at the bottom. The reptilian brain is when we were snake. That is the brain what we had. In other words, snakes are our ancestors, our great-grandfathers. So actually I am showing our family album. All these pictures are from our family album. You should know our family album, our ancestry. Otherwise, you will not understand. You simply think I jumped from somewhere. No. You are the result of 3.8 billion evolutionary underpinnings. Yes, the evolutionary outcome. The first is reptilian brain. You can't deny it. There is a proof in your own head right now. In your own head, your head, my head, there is a proof there. Nobody can deny, no, I am not that. Hey, if you split open, there is evidence there. See the snake brain at the bottom. The second is paleo-mammalian brain. That is when we became mammals 65 million years ago. I told you, from reptiles, mammals evolved. The first mammal would have been a rat, a small rat. Because rat is also a mammal because it gives birth to the young and it nurses the milk. All those creatures, those who nurse their young with the milk are known as mammals. So that is the brain mammals inherited, the second layer. You understand me? So now came the third layer, that is called human brain or primate brain. It's called human brain or neocortex. That is the technical word for it. So that is the top layer. Even on the top layer, in the front, there is fourth layer of brain called two hemispheres, left hemisphere, right hemisphere, lobes. They are known as the lobes in the front. So that is the fourth layer. So forget about fourth layer. It will confuse you. Only three layers. It's called triune brain. You understand that? Triune brain. So you have to remember reptilian brain, it is right at the back. Mammalian brain, that is the paleo-mammalian brain, that's what they call it, in the center. Sometimes they also call limbic brain. Limbic brain is associated with the emotion, care, etc., etc. The last one is neocortex, which has the capacity of reasoning, developing arguments, etc., etc. Reptilian complex. The reptilian brain is also known as reptilian complex. Reptiles and birds were dominated by these structures. MacLean proposed that the reptilian complex was responsible for species' typical instinctual behaviors involved in aggression, dominance, territoriality, also known as and ritual displays. The second one I told you in the middle, paleo, mammalian brain, also known as the limbic system. It supports a variety of functions like emotion, behavior, motivation, long-term memory, and olfaction, etc., etc. The last one is neocortex or neo-mammalian brain or primate brain, such as sensory perception, cognition, generation of motor commands, spatial reasoning, and language, etc., etc. You understand now? So these, you are the inheritors of three-part brain. Even it is called four-part brain. So everybody is having inside your body. So the reptilian brain is a kind of like your inner serpent. Inner serpent. Actually, Jesus is connecting, see, remotely. Scientists are interested in immediate connection. That is monkeys, primates. That's why scientists stated that we came from monkeys. You remember that? Yeah. All the scientists say we came from monkeys. So they are connecting immediately. Immediate connection. But Jesus was 1,000 times better than all scientists. He was telling, no, we didn't come from monkeys. We came from reptiles. Remote connection, which is more reasonable than scientific claim. Our scientific claim is so shallow interpretation. But Jesus' statement is much deeper statement, and it has a deeper value. Remotely connected to reptiles. That is what Jesus states when he exclaimed, "You brood of vipers." So this is the map. It's a geological time scale map. See there in the middle, in the numbers, see 66.144. Can you see that? In the middle? 66. So that is the time of the dinosaurs and the reptiles. Cretaceous period. Actually, it is a Mesozoic era divided into Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous, 3 periods. So all those 3 periods supported reptiles. That is the time reptiles came into evolution. Dinosaurs, small, medium-sized, big, birds, and snakes. All those things came into evolution there. Actually, birds also part of reptiles. From snakes, they evolved. As we evolved from snakes. So when we look at our own body, imagine we were crawling on the ground, but we are now walking. That's the difference. But we are snakes. You look some human persons, very skinny persons. They look like snake. Some women, very skinny women, they look like snake. And also their hair, they look like a snake. So you imagine that woman, if you put it on the ground, she can crawl like a snake. Exactly, now we are standing, that's it. That's it, we are walking. Snake is walking now. It was crawling 65 million years. Humans, we were crawling 65 million years ago, but now we are walking. So that is the time frame. We split from reptiles. Anyway, are we really humans? Again, I am asking you the question. I think humans are still in the making. We have not become human. But we belong to the species called human, but we have not become humans yet. We are in the transitional phase and phase. So our face is not real here. This is not human face. Human face is much different. It's going to be exposed probably after 20 million years. So, and also face, the level. So this is not the face we are talking about. Our face, it is going to extend. It's going to include vast amount of time. So God has not done with this species. He is still making. He has not completed. So we are not completed. That is why we are making all these mistakes. In other words, I can put it, human species are in the standing up and walking. That is the stage we are in right now. You know small babies, they crawl on four and they stand up, try to stand up, again they fall down. Stand up, fall down. So that is the stage that human species is positioned right now. That's why we are falling down, falling down, falling down. Understand that? So this is how we understand when we go into genetics. You can't address this problem with theology, philosophy. No, you can't do that. They will simply say you are image of God. They don't know nothing. They don't have any investigation, nothing. Somebody told them, they just pass and they brainwash people. So 2,000 years of brainwashing, I would say 4,000, 10,000 years of brainwashing. In every religion is a brainwashing religion. But genetics, science, has given us the truth. So that's why ecotheology. So theology, one side you keep it, but ecology can contribute a ripe kind of resources. So today genetics have given us a lot of evidence who we are, how we are made, how we are being made, what is the end result. See? Lot of things are going to happen. We are going to be surprised. We are going to be surprised. But at this stage, we can't help only making blunders, like turning creation into chaos, turning equilibrium to disequilibrium, using dominion to effect demolition and destruction, using your own role as steward for good purposes, no, to become like a Satan. You are becoming Satan. So actually we are wolves in sheep's clothing. Matthew 7:15. So I forgot it to include this text in the beginning. Now, this is the fourth text what Jesus is giving you on who are humans. They are nothing but they are wolves in sheep's clothing. If you are a small wolf, you will have very small clothes. If you have a medium wolf, you will have medium clothes. If you have a large wolf, you will have a large clothing. If you have a super large wolf, you will have a super large clothing. So that is how this world is being portrayed. You know what? You must have visited a snake park in Chennai, not Gindi. I'm talking about Mahapalipuram, old Mahapalipuram road, where they extract venom of the snakes. Have you been there? It's called Crocodile Park on Old Madras Road. There are thousands of crocodiles and there are hundreds and thousands of snakes, all kinds of snakes, where they extract venom of the snakes. So they demonstrate, this is the size of the place where they extract venom. All of them are filled with snakes. Vipers, Russell vipers, cobras, kraits, all those venomous snakes. And in that park, there is a small exhibition. Actually, the same exhibition, what I'm going to read it for you. See here? It was in New York Zoo. See, sometime ago, it was reported that the New York Zoo had a sign on a cage in the ape section headed, "The most dangerous and poisonous animal in the world." As the passers-by would look into the cage, they saw their own image reflected in a mirror. So, who is the most dangerous and poisonous animal in the world? It can only be a human. Yes, human. So this is what you find in the Crocodile Park in Chennai. It is there. If you go even today, you can watch that exhibition. It will say the most poisonous and dangerous animal, and they will say open the door, and if you open the door, you will see a big mirror there, and you will see your own image. And that will give you a smile, and also you smile being a most dangerous and poisonous animal in the world. How nice species is this? They smile at their own negative trait. They don't have remorse. They don't feel any sorry for it. And they laugh about it. So that is the truth. So this is what we are. This is our binomial classification. That is Carol Linnaeus. He classified all the organisms under this classification: kingdom, phylum, subphylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So this is our true scientific classification. I think it's going to be changed after a few million years. But at this point, this is what we are. Our kingdom is, we are animals. Who told you you are the image of God? You are an animal. Your phylum is Chordata. Subphylum is Vertebrata. Your class is mammals. Your order is primate. And your family is Hominoidea. And your genus is Homo. That is the truth. Yes, you are a human, there is no doubt. But that is your genus. That means you are going to be a human. Doesn't mean that you have become human. The last one is Homo sapiens. That is what we are called at this stage. It can change. Maybe after 2 million years, you can become Homo illuminata, or Homo salus, or Homo novus. That you can use a lot of words. But at this time, you are known as all-knowing man. But it is a misnomer. You know that? Didn't I tell you it is a misnomer? Misnomer means a name given wrongly. Wrong name for the species. So we are not all-knowing humans. We know little bit, but not all-knowing. Do you know everything in the universe? Do you know? I don't know. Does Pope Francis know everything? No. So nobody knows everything. So what I'm telling you, it's a misnomer. We are not all-knowing human at all. Francis of Assisi, what does he think about humans? So Francis contains, the Lord has called me to be a new kind of fool in this world. So he calls himself a fool. So far from Homo sapiens. It is the other side of Homo sapiens, or other side of image of God. I am a fool. In other place, he calls it, I am an instrument. The most funniest word, he calls himself brother ass. You know what ass means? Donkey. So he called himself, I am a brother donkey. In 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 10, St. Paul describing himself, here we are fools for the sake of Christ. So it is far from Homo sapiens. You understand that? In other place he calls himself, we are made eunuchs. You remember that? Eunuchs. That is much degrading term for humans. We are eunuchs. You are neither man nor woman. Yeah, eunuch. So my definition is at last, that is my way of looking at human species. Humans are a sophisticated snake. That is what I would put it. So I am still a reptile. Still a reptile. Actually, we are 65 million years in the making. So our ancestry goes that far, that far. So what we have right now, our bodies are remnant of our reptilian genetic history. Our ancient part of the brain is called reptilian complex, I already told you, and mammalian complex in the middle. The reptilian complex and the mammalian complex is vital to understanding the ways that man manipulates human thinking and perception. Some of the reptilian traits are fornication, impurity, passion, evil, desire, greed, anger, wrath, malice, slander, abusive language. One example like anger is described by Dalai Lama. Anger hurts you and impedes our ability to judge or think right. In most Semitic languages, Eve means snake. You know the first mother of humanity, Adam and Eve. Eve means snake, or even female snake. The name of our biblical mother hides an archaic animist myth according to which snakes are not our enemies but our ancestors. Many animist cultures believe that humans descended from animals, including from snakes and other reptiles. In fact, modern Westerners too think that they have evolved from reptiles. The brain of each and every one of us is built around a reptilian core, and the structure of our bodies is essentially that of modified reptiles. So this is the picture. See the reptilian brain in the center, and the second gray round is paleomammalian, and the last black on the top is the neocortex.